Welcome back. In this lesson, we will create the main page, or in other words, the layout of our chat box. So first we need to navigate to our Atom editor. We need to open up our folder chat1 in our Atom editor, and as you know, in the previous lesson we created these three necessary files, which are index.php, style.css, and db.php. So in this lesson we are going to work with index.php, so we can close these two files. And to begin with index.php, we need to first create our doc type, and the doc type will be HTML. And then close this. Then we need to create our HTML tags, and in between our HTML tags we need to create our title tags as well, and we can give it a title chat box. And we need to put these title tags in the head tags as well. So we'll close the head tag after the title tags. So here you go. So now after the head tags and in between the HTML tags, we have to make our body tags, and whatever we do in our body tags will be displayed on our main page. So in our body tags we need to create a div tag and give it an ID of container. Close this div tag and create another div and give it an ID of chat underscore box. Oh, there needs to be an underscore here, and then box. Close this div tag, and then the last div tag that we need to create and give it an ID of chat underscore data, and then close this div tag as well. Now between these two div tags we need to create three span tags. So as you can see, if I click this div tag or click the closing tag, it tells me which closing tag closes this div. Similarly, if I click this div tag, it tells me that this closing div tag is closing this div tag, and similarly it's the same with this div tag. So between these two div tags we need to create some span tag. So you can open up a span tag, close it, and then copy and paste these span tags 3 times. In the first span tag we need to write the name of the person. In the second span tag we need to write the message. For example, hey, how are you doing today? So here's our message. And in the third span tag we need to write the time. So for example, the time can be 9 AM. So to test this, that if it's working fine or not, we can save this by pressing Ctrl+S, navigate back to our localhost, refresh this, and as you can see, here are our span tags. So Ali says, hey, how are you doing today? And this is the time when he sent this message. So this tells us that we're doing great up till now. So let's go back to our index.php file, and now we need to create a form after the second div tag under the container or between the container div. So we'll press enter, create the skeleton of the form tag, and then give the form a method which will be post, and then an action, and in this we will write the name of this file, which is index.php. Now between our form tags we will give a tag input, give it a type of text, and then give it a name as well, in which we will write name. And then we also need to give it a placeholder which will hold the text enter name. Now we need to close this input tag and create another tag which will be text area. Open and close these tags. And now we need to give this text area a name which will be enter message. Then also give it a placeholder as well which will say enter your message. Now after this text area tag we need to give the input tag once more, and this will have a type of submit. So basically this will act as a button. So we'll give it a type of submit, a name of submit as well, and then a value which will say send it. Then close this input tag. Now if we save this, first let's clean up this tag. Let's indent this once, remove the space, indent this as well. Now it's looking good. Now let's save this, go to our localhost, refresh this, and now as you can see we have our message. We have two text areas. The first one says enter name, the second says enter your message, and there is also a button which says send it. But now this button does not has any function. So this is the layout that we will make in this lesson, and in the next lesson we will use CSS, which is cascading style sheet, to design our chat box. And believe me, it will look great after doing CSS. So practice, create your index.php page, create this layout, and looking forward to you in the next lesson.